Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about how I organize my stocks on my trading list. I look at them the night before market open, whether it's the morning or at night, and I go through my list and move stocks from this list to my short list. And I've got these organized in a certain way. I organize my stuff many different ways. I change how I organize things all the time. The one thing that doesn't change is my setups, but how I organize my layouts, my notes, everything changes. But I do come back to this layout for my stocks a lot because what I trade is structure. And with structure and technical analysis, what I'm looking for is where are these stocks in their stage or cycle. So a stage is like the zoomed out version or the zoomed out bigger structural phase that a chart goes through. And I first learned it through Mark Minervini. Many investors and traders teach it, but pretty much what it is you've got a stock that declines, then it bottoms, then it starts to break out and go into an uptrend. And if it's a strong stock, it might uptrend for a while. And then it starts to top and then break down. Now, it doesn't mean that a stock will always do this. Sometimes you think it's topping, but it's just actually basing and then it'll shoot up some more. But the stages give you that zoomed out view, an idea of what the stock is doing and where the stock is in its bigger structural phase, while the cycles within price action are their smaller, repetitive, the push and pull. So a stock is pulling back, then it's popping up, then it's declining a bit, but it's not like breaking down, and then it has its own little bottom. And I'll show you on this example of American Express. So those smaller repeating rhythms are what I look to trade when a stock is already in a stage 2 uptrend. So if I zoom out and we talk about just the stages at first, like the zoomed out version of what we're looking at, it would be, this is a great example, so I can just scrunch it up. So you're not really worried about the individual price action, but the flow. So I've got a couple notes here. And this is pretty much what each section does, right? So we've got a bottoming phase that the selling starts to slow down, then the breakout and uptrend and the rising phase and the topping phase, breakdown and downtrend. So if you want to screenshot, take your own notes, look at it. And what we've got here with American Express, it was rising. And then at some point, even though you see this little push higher, you will see, here we go. Even though you see that little push higher, you'll see that the stock remains in this area here. So even if I tighten that a bit and take out some of the outliers, the stock was doing this for several months. And then that would be considered your topping phase. So then that stock breaks down and declines. And you know it's in the declining phase or the downtrend because the price action is primarily under the price action is under all the moving averages, even though it pops up here, but then continues down. So after this, so this is your downtrend or your stage 4, which is opposite of your stage 2 uptrend. And your downtrend, then you look for clues that that is starting to end, because just like we had this choppiness in a certain area, you're going to see it. I could take this down here and you start to see that same thing. So besides these outliers of price popping up and breaking below, you're getting this price action between here, and that's again a zoomed out idea of what your bottoming phase would look like. And the bottoming phase, your stock's going to be popping above and below moving averages, and then once it starts to steady, then you're looking for the breakout and the uptrend. And here we've actually had this uptrend. Even though you see this decline here, this is all still in an uptrend. So after it leaves this area here and finds support, the stock is now in a stage 2 uptrend. And this is where I put on my call options. And I don't trade stocks that do not look like this. And what I mean by look like this is the moving averages are aligned and the stock is above the 200 SMA, which is around the 30 and 40 moving average line on the weekly chart. So I want it above there, and I want to see the stock moving up. So I won't trade. I definitely have put on some puts here, but majority of my trades are here waiting for call options. So that's your zoomed out view of the phases. And again, this is not me. I didn't, I put this together, but other people describe it in their own ways. But at the end of the day, all it is you're here at the bottom, you rise, you top, and then you come back down. And sometimes you top in instead of topping, you just continue up. Sometimes you think you're in stage 4 and you continue to roll over. I've seen that before with stocks as well. So they just give you a zoomed out idea. Now, when we're in the stage 2 uptrend, that's what I'm trading and that's what I look at, then I'm looking at the price cycles. And these are just repeating rhythms within the uptrend. So what I'm seeing is a pullback and then a push up, a pullback and a push up. Then it has its own version of topping and a longer digestion. This could be its own little stage 4 downtrend, but I just count it as a bigger digestion period because everything is still holding above and still going. It's still in its overall stage 2. But once we find a little bit of support here, then again, I'm looking. So I might try to come in on the breakout, or I might wait until it see the breakout hold and then trade here. And then again, we pushed up, we're pulling back, we're pushing up, and now we're here. So now it's going to depend, right? Now it's a wait and see. Are we going to tumble down some more? We're going to chop around and then continue up. It just it depends, right? Overall market, what this particular stock is doing, what the Dow is doing. And one thing that we do have in our favor, though, is that we are in an overall uptrend still. So the probability is higher to continue going up, but how far will we come down, or how long will we digest until we're ready to have another leg up like this, or even like this? Because for an options trade, you can do 3-4 days in a trade there. It's a nice clean leg up. And yeah. So that is what I'm looking at when we're talking about price and structure. And that's why I organize my trading list in this way. So when a stock is rising, if I am not in it, then I've missed my entry. So I'm going to be waiting for a pullback or for it to base. So here with American Express, I traded a few legs of this one, and now I'm just waiting to see what this is going to be. Is it going to be a further decline, or is it going to chop around and be more of a pullback? In this section, I have everything that is rising. Tesla, I'm still going to keep in here because overall it's still rising, even though it's had this hard decline today. That's definitely a change of character candle. So I would not be surprised to see it continue down, but I will just move it when it starts to unravel a bit more. Then Microsoft, I have here rising. It was rising, but really it's more of I'm going to just bring it back down to this like bottoming part, because it had a push up, came down, pushed up. Now it's still, let me expand this. Now it's still, technically it is still rising, but it's really having a hard time like breaking out of this resistance area. I don't know, like it just does not want to push above this. So I'm going to just keep it down there in the bottoming. And let's see what we have. So rising, so this one, if I wasn't in it and I have to wait. I don't trade when things are so extended like that. Same here. So that's kind of the characteristics you'll see in my rising bucket. So I just wait on those. Then I've got ones that are pulling back. And just like American Express, I don't know if JP Morgan is done pulling back or if this is just the start. I don't worry about it. I just wait because right now it's not giving me a reason to get in. This one is definitely just straight up declining. Hasn't found a bottom yet. Same. Oh, wait, I see you were in the wrong bucket. So Hood, I must have put it into the pulling back here. But if you are in Hood and you have been able to capture this, good for you. So Hood is back in my rising. Wrong bucket, sir. Let's see. Reddit declining. All right. So as I said, I put Microsoft back in this bottoming or basing breakout bucket because it hasn't really done much. American Express, I'm going to still let me put you back into declining. The reason I'm going to put it back into declining is because it is under all of its moving averages. So far, we might be breaking out here. Same here. So over the next few days, I'll see if I'm going to move these into rising. Same with Google. This one looks pretty good. As in it's in the right bucket. And there may be opportunity to get in. This one, the reason this one doesn't have much of a bottoming going on, but it tends to do that sometimes. It'll just have these little blips and then go up. So I am not interested yet in trading an option on this, a call option on this, but I would be interested in adding it to my longer term stock plays because where it's hit here, I'm getting a little off track, but I'm going to show you, is it's tested here on this line, which was an area of support and rejection. And also it's right there. It's coming off of the 20 weekly moving average. So I like that. All right, and this one is, again, I'm gonna maybe put it in the rising bucket. I just wanna see how tomorrow plays out because we could just have a reversal candle and then all it's gonna do is go sideways. Same here. And this one's still sideways in my opinion. What I consider sideways is anytime I can take like a shaded box and the price action is right there. It's not, that's still not broken out or anything. So now this is where I would have, if I were trading this one's a little bit choppy, so it's like pretty erratic. But if I were to have traded this, I don't wait for it to get out of this box. I trade it somewhere around here where it starts to, so this one, it was rising, and then here would be pull back into the moving averages. Like this right here would be pull back into moving averages. Same with this here. And I would get in based on the daily chart, but I'll look at the hourly and the 15-minute to get in. But I haven't traded this one in a while because it is very jumpy. All right. Let me know what questions you have. This is pretty much what I look at overall. And the way I trade is I buy call options during the stage 2, the uptrend stage, and I look at the price cycles within that stage to help support when I'm going to get into a position. So yeah, I've been wanting to share that for a while, and I haven't been on YouTube, but maybe you will see me a little bit more. All right, have a good rest of your day, and let me find my off button. Bye.